Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. I react to video game music for the first time as a musician myself. And today is the return of Tales of Arise. I don't know how many times I've heard Tales of Arise, but not many. And I do know this is the Namco game, and it's one of those ongoing memes on this channel where I always confuse it with the Trails of series from Falcom, and yeah. But anyways, I do know that this is the Namco game. And we have two songs. I have, I guess, a battle theme called Flame of Hope, Sublimation, and Paradise of Coexistence, Fabrication, from the channel Tales of Series Sound Team, requested by Anthony and the Zoopster. Well, let's get into it. Don't know anything about this game. I just know it's Bandai Namco. Or is it Namco Bandai? I always forget whenever they switched. This is Flame of Hope. Sublimation. I gotta find out what that means. Let's go. Oh gosh. Right into it. And you know what's funny? It reminds me of Falcom music. Alright, I gotta look up what this means. I know what Sublime means. The rare process of a substance transitioning directly from a solid to a gas. What are some examples of this? Oh, here we go. Vaporization of dry ice. Today I learned something. Ooh, bass. I love how I can hear the bass. Oh man, bass is going nuts. Does it have a credits? Motori Sakuraba? What? Of course, bass. Yep, I totally hear the Motori Sakuraba now. He's done a lot for Namco. Let me see how many songs I've done with Tales of Arise. Dude, he's such a prog god. Tales of Arise. Of course, the organ. I think we just heard an electric bass solo. First of all, what the hell? Second, I think I'm only seeing one time that I checked out Tales of Arise. No, I've done Tales of the Abyss. I can't keep up with these games anymore, dude. They all sound the same. Alright, we gotta pull up YouTube. Is this the debut of Tales of Arise? Hold on. That can't be. I refuse to believe that. Oh my gosh. This is the debut of Tales of Arise? No way. It is. That's crazy. I could have sworn I'd done this. That makes it even cooler. I could have sworn I'd done this before. I'm getting like generic battle theme. Oh my gosh. There's nothing generic about it, but like a random encounter. That's got a little bit of a floating loop feel. God. Woo! Alright, well, there's just so much just happened. Oh gosh. Okay, first of all, number one, electric bass solo. I can probably count on not even one hand, probably like 3 fingers or less of times that's happened on this channel. Maybe the only time, I don't know. But at least, very, very small amount of times. Second, this is the debut of Tales of Arise, which I had no idea. I couldn't believe that. I'm at the point where I've done so many games and videos and songs, and I've been doing this for a while that I don't assume I've done everything, but I assume I've done something, because I've heard of Tales of Arise. Being in the like RPG space the past couple of years, I've heard of it, so I just figured I've done it before. Apparently not. And you can see why I would get confused, because look, I've already said earlier, it's been a meme about me confusing it with the Trails series. This is why it gets confusing, watch. For example, this is Tales of Arise. I've done Tales of Xillia, Tales of the Abyss, Tales of Zestiria, and Tales of Vesperia. That's already confusing alone. Now, when we get to the Trails series, which, by the way, this kind of reminds me of Falcon music, which is what the Trails is. We have Trails of Cold Steel, Trails in the Sky, Trails from Zero, and it's also known as Sen no Kiseki and Zero no Kiseki. So you can kind of see like how I get kind of and there's no way, before you start typing, like, well, why don't you just remember what games there are? It's not that hard. Okay, there's a lot of games on here. And I don't regularly play either of these 2 games, so they're not going to stick in my head. But anyways, it was really cool hearing the bass, and I did not recognize the composer at first, but as soon as I scrolled down and I saw the information, I was like, that makes a whole lot of sense. Motoi Sakuraba is someone that I did not even know about until, let's just say, the past 2 years with Batten Kaitos and Star Ocean, and also was featured in a game I did recently called Kid Icarus Uprising. Dude's a legend, like a prog legend, like kind of another stem of the same trio like Nobuo Matsu resides on, that prog and organ stuff. But I noticed just a whole, like, one thing. Also, I think he's in Dark Souls too, right? He's in one of the FromSoft games. He's been in a lot of projects, and he's just really good. But the thing I've noticed as a constant pattern, because it's not all prog, but one thing I've noticed in his music is bass. Whether it's electronic bass, keyboard bass, or a bass guitar, he really likes, getting that lower frequency out there. And so much so that there was a solo in here, which that's so rare. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't happen. The bass guitar is not really known as a lead instrument. It can be very easily. It's not that it's against the rules. You just don't hear it that often. It's super rare. That's why one of the main reasons there's definitely famous bands that have like a lead bassist, like Iron Maiden. Metallica's first bassist, Cliff Burton, is probably one of the more notable ones. Geezer Butler from Black Sabbath, and that was in the 70s, you know what I mean? But I remember that was like one of the big reasons, like, Metallica early on was a big deal, was because of Cliff Burton. Just like, if you have never seen Cliff Burton, who passed away way too young, I think at like 27 or something, very tragic accident, but just watch like his old live videos. The dude had like alien fingers and just crazy stuff. And yeah, I don't know, it just reminded me of that. And now the bass has evolved into such more of a individual instrument. There's bands that just focus on like a bass guitar as like the primary. Anyways, so it's really cool to hear the low end get some love. So all I got from that was, well, I also learned what sublimation means. I didn't know that. I guess it's the act of what was it? Was it gas turning into vapor? So it's turning into school here. A solid to the gaseous state without it becoming liquid. Okay, yeah, sure. So basically dry ice is one of them. But yeah, very much battle theme, just kind of, generic battle. That's all I got. And then this one coming up next also has in surrounded by hyphens, it says fabrication. It's called Paradise of Coexistence Fabrication. So I'm really curious what these are signifying, what they mean. Maybe these songs have multiple versions. I don't know. Does this one also come from Matu Sakuraba? It says so, yes. Okay. I don't know what this song is. I do not know if it's a battle theme or anything. But, knowing what we just found out, let's make a prediction. An organ and bass. Let's go. Paradise of Coexistence. Fabrication. Bass immediately. Organ. A new contender joins. Dude, he's such a... Oh, rhythm change here. Ooh. We're getting into some exotic scales here. Wah pedal? Oh, dude. Am I hearing a guitar violin battle? And organ? You can just tell that he has so much fun writing this stuff. He's just like brewing mad concoctions in his lab. This sounds more like a boss now. It's a little... what's the word? More expressive? Jeez. Dude, Tales of Arise. Music. Holy crap. I think the main takeaway from this song is the percussion. The rhythms are very... It's like the big standout for me. Oh my gosh, Namco. Drummer's killing it, man. This is like... oh my god, what a journey that was. So just a, just a simple reminder that I have no idea if these songs are connected. The first song we heard was just next in line. And then when I had to pair it with something, I chose the next song that was also been waiting the longest. And to me, it sounded like this was kind of a serendipitous pairing. They sounded like... they both sounded like conflict or battle themes. I'm pretty sure the first one is. This one I have no idea, but it sounded like it. I think if you played any RPG, or I guess games in general, you would probably assume that that's a pretty intense moment. It doesn't sound like you're going through a snowfield. Maybe, I don't know, but... first thing I think of when I hear that is like a dialogue that just happened, screen fades or breaks or dissolves, and then, you know, fight. I don't know if this game is turn-based or if it's action, but this is just what I'm seeing, right? I'm seeing like the prep into the menus, into the like the meters and like boss name in front. Whew, man. I feel like I don't know how to say this because I don't want to say I'm familiar with Motoi Sakuraba sound. I've only heard like 10 songs from him or something like that, but there's a pattern. But I feel like, I don't know, if you've been hearing him for a long time, to me it sounds like he's getting more and more prog the older he gets and the newer the stuff is. Not to say that the old stuff isn't like crazy prog and all over the place, but like he's still going. You know, I don't know how old he is. I'm guessing probably like 40, 50. I guess we can find out right now, but it just seems like he still has the he still got it in him, and he's like maybe trying to outdo himself every time. That's kind of what it feels. How old is this guy? 59 years old. Doesn't look 59. He does not look 59 at all. Of course, he is in a picture loaded with keyboards. That's like the most accurate thing I've ever seen. Yeah, so you can just tell he like lives, breathes, and eats music. He probably loves doing this stuff. Because, especially with video game, I think like him and video game music are like this. Excuse me. Because, as we all know, video game music is kind of this free-for-all outlet. Yeah, there's rules, whatever the developers want, but it's a little more experimental, more than a movie or a TV show. You know, you can more than likely get away with just crazy polyrhythms and stuff like this. So for him, it's probably like the most natural thing possible, and that's really cool, you know. And I don't know how old Tales of Arise is. This was uploaded in 2022, so it's pretty recent. By the way, this was requested around that time, so yeah, I have a backlog, to put it lightly. So this was requested basically when the song was kind of new, and even though it's not so new anymore, it's new to me, and I'm just kind of befuddled because I was so convinced that I've done this game before, but this is the debut, so caught me by surprise. 2 really fun songs. Let me know where they play. Awesome. And Motoi Sakuraba does it again. Thank you to the requesters. Really, really, really incredible stuff. Love the neoclassical take on the like metal/classical thing. So cool. Thank you to all the patrons you see on screen. I couldn't be here without them. My name is Jesse in the auditorium late.